Hello my loves, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a new pick a card reading, but before we hop into it, I wanted to give a huge shout out to today's video sponsor, which is Keen. If you guys have not heard of them before, they're essentially a massive online psychic network full of psychics and spiritual advisors that are there to answer your life's questions. A couple of the things that I really love about Keen is the fact that they are 24/7 and they're online, which means you can go on to Keen no matter where you live on this planet. And they also have different psychics that you can choose from that have different price ranges. So you can actually find ones that fit your budget, and you can choose the amount of time that you want to spend with a psychic, whether that just be 10 minutes, a half an hour, or a full hour, whatever fits your needs. That's what I love about Keen. It is so flexible. And I also really love the sign up process. It's super simple. You just basically fill out your name, your birthday, then Keen will actually ask you a couple different questions. And based on the answers that you provide, Keen will actually match you with their most recommended psychics for you based on those questions and answers, which makes it really easy to find psychics that are the best match for you. My personal experience with Keen has been amazing so far, but I personally find that I like to try out a few different psychics before finding the one that I want to spend the most time with, just because I like to find really detailed psychics that really resonate with me. So I like to try out a few different ones, find the ones that are the most accurate and detailed, and then that'll be the psychic that I return to and spend the most time with. And if you guys want to try out Keen, you guys can head to my link, trykeen.com/gem, to get your first 10 minutes for only $1.99. And again, that is trykeen.com/gem to get your first 10 minutes for only $1.99. So I highly recommend going to check them out. I hope you guys love Keen just as much as I do. And again, a huge shout out and thank you to Keen for sponsoring today's video. And without further ado, let's hop right into today's pick a card reading. Hello my loves, what's up? What's going on? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're in another new sort of area of the house. I just felt like being cozy today and talking with you guys one-on-one. I feel like I like it better. I feel like I have more of a connection with you guys when I'm like talking personally with you guys rather than just the view of the cards. But I don't know, we'll see how this works out. I love hearing your guys' opinions. I know sometimes you guys really like seeing the cards. I'm gonna do my best to like hold them up in the camera today, but yeah, we'll see. But without rambling too much, this is going to be the September love reading. I have some tea here. I got blankets below me. This is just going to be a really comfy, cozy September love reading. I'm stoked about it. The format, you guys will have to let me know if you like this or if this works. I will show you how this is going to work today. So I have 5 oracle cards that came out of the deck when I was shuffling very easily. It's like the universe was like, we got love messages, we're gonna talk about it. So yes, here are our 5 different cards. So basically it's gonna be a pick a card, kind of like the classic sort of pick a card vibe. So over on this side, we have card number 1. So if you guys are attracted to card number 1, that's it. Timestamps, of course, will be down below. Then we have card number 2, card 3, 4, and 5. So which one would you choose if I told you you had to pick a card right now? Would it be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? So I'll let you guys take a moment with that. And again, pause the video if you need a moment to think about which card you're the most drawn towards. Hopefully you guys can see the different ones here. So yeah. Take a moment and we'll get right into it. So, yes, without further ado, let's hop right into today's video. All right, so group number 1, your oracle card that you guys chose was growth. So for your September love life, that is the first card that we have here. So let's just get right into it. I'm gonna move these cards over here for now. And let's get some tarot cards for you guys. So let's see, we are overcoming limitations. So there could be some limitations in love life for you guys that you've maybe felt in the recent past, you know? So this card kind of talks about that maybe we've been going through a more rainy time, but you guys are like sprouting out of the ground in the month of September. So maybe we felt like we couldn't express our emotions fully. Maybe we felt like we weren't ready for a relationship. Maybe we felt like we couldn't express something that we desired or wanted. Maybe we felt like we still had boundaries or blocks over our heart, but you guys are completely overcoming that in September. Maybe not entirely completely, maybe some of you guys will, but you're at least overcoming a lot of it because you're sprouting above the ground, right? It's going to take you a little bit of time to still grow up to, you know, the full potential that you can have, but you're at least sprouting out of the ground. So this could be representative of you. This could also be representative of another person as well. So there could be somebody who has feelings for you that you're going to hear about in September. So if you guys are single, there might be somebody who has feelings for you, or maybe it's you guys gaining courage to speak about your feelings. Maybe your guys are getting courage to speak about something that you wanted to speak about with your partner if you guys are currently in a relationship, right? So this could be somebody who has secret feelings for you. We also just had Ace of Wands fly out. So for those of you that are single, there could absolutely be somebody who expresses their interest and admiration for you in the month of September. If you guys are in a relationship, this would be new inspiration, new sparks coming out, right? So I think that you guys are finally going to be ready for something in the month of September, or finally ready to express deeper sparks and deeper emotions and kind of like a new beginning, like taking a next step. For example, this can be talking about taking a next step, a brand new beginning, because both of these talk about beginnings. You know, we've maybe had a lot under the surface, a lot of potential under the surface, or a lot of brewing feelings underneath the surface that we're finally going to be expressing, or somebody else might be expressing to you in the month of September. Let's see what else we have going on for you guys. So pile one, this is looking good so far. We also have Divine Feminine coming out. So this is you guys getting in touch with your feminine emotions, feelings. Divine Feminine talks about nurturing, caring, expression of like deeper emotions and feelings. So yeah, I would say if you guys aren't the ones that have a bunch of deep feelings and emotions, this could absolutely be like a surprise somebody coming out of nowhere, expressing their feelings for you. Or this could also be you guys doing that on your own and finally kind of opening up yourselves, opening up your heart again. I also see a lot of nurturing and a lot of self-care just in general with Divine Feminine coming up here. So this could also be just you guys getting very sensual again. When I look at this Divine Feminine card, this has so much sensuality. And the fact that we have the Ace of Wands too, like, that's very, very sensual. I'm just gonna say, for some of you guys who are gonna get my drift through this, we have growth, the Ace of Wands, and then the Divine Feminine right next. So if you guys catch my drift on that little riddle, there's some spice. There's some fun spice in September for you guys. So let's see what else we get going on over here. We also have the Chariot coming up. So you guys are totally taking on a new direction, making some big decisions. I also feel like this is moving forward in your love life. So if there's something that you've been feeling like maybe it's on hold, or maybe we've felt like we were waiting for the right time, September is the right time for moving forward. September is absolutely, it just feels like there's a shift in energy and there's a lot more inspiration. Ace of Wands is that inspiration, right? Ace of Wands is so much inspiration. Divine Feminine, we're feeling sensual. We're feeling ourselves in the month of September. And people, like, there's a lot of attraction. People are going to be so attracted to you. Ace of Wands, Divine Feminine, Chariot, like, if you don't have that yet in your life, people are going to be attracted to you, my love. Like, there's a lot of attraction going on. If you're already in a relationship, I think that your partner is just going to feel so much for you, and there's big attraction there, like a lot of sensual energy coming up for September, and just moving forward in a beautiful direction, a lot more growth, breaking old barriers, breaking walls that we've had up. Okay, we also do have the Eight of Cups coming up as well. So there's something old that we're like finally letting go of. You know, if there was some old boundaries, some old emotional habits that we've had, like maybe we've had emotional habits that have kept us single because we're like, I'm not ready for my emotions. now in September is a time of renewal. We're leaving behind all that old stuff. If you guys have felt, okay, I'm actually getting a message here for those of you who are in a relationship right now. If it's like a newer relationship or something along the lines of that, there's a message here that the Eight of Cups means that if you've been feeling like you're holding yourself back because of, and even if you're single, if you felt like you've been holding yourself back from love, or if you've been holding yourself back from fully opening up, that's all changing. The Eight of Cups is you're finally letting go of the past. Whatever past you've experienced that's been bothering you, that's caused you to put up walls, because I think that you guys have experienced something in your past that caused you to put up a lot of walls. We also have Saturn depicted on the image of this card. And so Saturn talks about walls, boundaries, and limitations. So if you guys have limited yourself because of some negative experience that you've had, and maybe you've closed yourself off in certain ways, y'all getting past that. In September, y'all are just growing out of that. Literally, it's funny that I said grow. I wasn't even thinking about this card when I said that, but we literally have the growth card. You guys are growing out of that in the month of September. Let's see what else we get for you guys. So group 1, we also have the Page of Wands. So much more attraction, so much more energy, just moving forward in life and in your love life. And this is a lot of attraction. This is also something new, like a new beginning. This could be a new romance. This could be a new spark, a new step that we're taking in romance. It can also mean travel, since it's coming with the Eight of Cups and the Chariot. You guys might be taking a romantic getaway trip with somebody. If you guys know somebody, there could be a surprise romantic trip coming up. Especially Ace of Wands, like this is spontaneous stuff. There could be something spontaneous happening in your love life in the month of September that's gonna be really exciting and really invigorating, that brings out your sensuality. It just brings out your heart to such a deeper level. This is looking good, you guys. I wanna get one more of these cards before we go into the Oracle. We also have Temperance. This talks about a trip too. So some of you guys are definitely going on a trip in September. Or this could be talking about a long distance romance for some of you guys. There could be a long distance romance that's brewing. There could just be finding out how to integrate your emotions, how to express your emotions, how to really bond deeper. This can also be, if you guys are in a relationship, this is a deeper bond as well. Learning how to finally open up and bond on a whole new level that we've never even reached before, okay? And revealing all different aspects of your soul, finally feeling like you're ready to fully open up again and fully be ready for somebody to receive that, okay? So let's get some more cards on here. So we're gonna shuffle the astrology, numerology deck that I have. And we have the waxing gibbous. We're building something. Something is brewing and we are building something in the month of September. Waxing gibbous. We're building something. We're no longer, of course you're releasing a little bit, you're releasing those walls, but waxing is when we're building something. So now we're building our romantic future. Okay? Let's see what else we get. All right. We also have the last quarter. Last quarter moon. Let's get one more here. So definitely some releases. Oh, and we also have Grand Cross. So fated stuff. Stuff that's supposed to happen. Okay? We're finally realizing, Grand Cross is kind of like, we're finally realizing why all of our past had to happen, because it's bringing us to this moment. We're finally realizing and integrating all of the lessons of that, and we're realizing how helpful those lessons were and why we had to go through a time of being closed off, and the fact that we can finally open up. It's like we're integrating all of those lessons, all of those hardships plus all of those good times are leading you to the singular point of where you are right now, and it's going to be very good and very beautiful. And like last quarter is talking about letting go of the old barriers and boundaries that we've had over ourselves. Okay, let's grab on our next deck now. So let's see some more info for group 1. Let's see, month of September, group 1, we have the choice card coming up. So there could be some kind of decision making happening. It's interesting that we also had Chariot, because Chariot can kind of be a decision. So now we have to make a choice of whether we want to pursue this new feeling that we have that's causing us to go in this new direction. Do we want to do that or do we not? For those of you that are single that are going to be hearing from somebody who clearly has feelings for you, because if you guys are single, I really think that somebody's going to express some feelings for you that you might not have expected. And then you'll have a choice whether or not you want to go down that road or, you know, or not. So choice can come up in that way. I want some more info on choice. So let's ask Spirit to give more info on what this choice is about. Ooh, do we want to go through fear or do we want to begin something? Do we want to go back to the fear or do we want to actually begin what our heart is telling us to go towards? Fear or the new beginning? What do we want? So that's what the choice is about. Are we going to let ourselves be controlled by that? Or are we going through to a brand new stage and place? Let's see if we get anything else for you guys. So group 1, any last messages for your September love life? We have support. Okay. So this is a feeling of, like, when I looked at this right off the beginning, it's kind of, even when you're going through a hard time, it ends up filling your cup. And it's kind of like realizing that those tough times have actually been some of the biggest blessings because it brought you to where you are now, which I think is so much, a much better place than where you could have been. And the potential of what can be coming into your life is so much better as well. And I think that the connection that you guys might be making right now and the stuff that is manifesting right now is going to be so much better than what you've experienced in the past. So much better. Let's see if I see anything else. I think also when I look at this, someone's going to totally pour their heart out to you. Or it could be you guys finally opening up to pour your heart out to somebody else and actually feeling supported and comfortable to do so. Like, I totally see this as you guys, either you guys pouring your heart out or somebody else. Maybe it's both of you guys being able to feel comfortable to pour your heart out to one another. Because as we can see, the cup is like pouring into the other cup. And it's kind of like we're opening up maybe about some deep stuff that we've experienced too, and we're finally like releasing that and letting that out. We're expressing some of our fears maybe. We're realizing that we do have fears and it's okay to express that. We all have fears. It's okay to feel fear once in a while, but we can't let it stop us. And so I also see it being that message right there. So that is what I'm seeing for you guys. Group number 1, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group number 2, if you guys chose the second card, this is what we have for you guys in our Oracle card. It is the Caution card, which can mean a few different things. And it says, keep your guard up. This can be talking about that in love, that either you guys have been very guarded lately and that you guys have been really protective over your heart, or that it could be telling you guys to keep a little bit more caution in your love life, okay? So we're gonna find out a little bit more information about that in our tarot cards. We're gonna find out exactly why that's coming up for you guys as your Oracle card. So let's see. All right, we have Queen of Wands, we have the 10 of Swords, and we have Saturn. So yeah, keeping the guard up. Maybe you guys have been hurt before. Maybe there is a current situation that's making you feel like unsure or cautious, okay? So let's see what else we get. But yeah, Saturn coming up and the Ten of Swords. There's definitely some interesting energy in your love life for September. But the Queen of Wands, you know, you guys seem spontaneous, maybe a bit optimistic. We also have Queen of Swords coming up too. Okay, so let's see. You guys, I think, are usually very optimistic people, very spontaneous people. But it seems like there is something that you guys maybe feel, or maybe something that we're still dealing with this the Ten of Swords here. So there's something that might be bothering you underneath that maybe we need to express, maybe we need to actually focus on it and deal with it rather than ignore it, right? Because the Queen of Wands is usually really good at keeping their optimism, really good at just like, you know, brushing off their problems and just heading right back into the fun. But the Ten of Swords coming up in caution, it's like there's something that we're maybe ignoring. Like I'm getting this feeling of like we're ignoring our truest, deepest feelings on something, or we are continuing to try to put our best foot forward. We're continuing, and maybe you guys are like, oh, it's just fears because of the past. I should just let it go. You know, I want to present my best self and my best foot forward, so I'm not going to express deeper underlying fears that I have, deeper underlying, you know, things that I have. And it could mean that, you know, maybe there's nothing bad going on underneath the surface, but it could be that, you know, maybe we have certain insecurities, but we just don't want to talk about them. We'd rather just brush them off and pretend that they're not there. Maybe we have certain things that we would love to talk about and get answers for, but maybe we're scared about having conversations, and so it ends up just staying in our head and slowly eating away at us, because the Ten of Swords is something that is in your mind. It's not even physical. It's not even real, okay? So the Ten of Swords talks about something that's going on in our mind that is bothering us, that hasn't manifested in the physical yet, but we're not dealing with it, which causes us to be almost bothered by our mind. So somehow there's something that we need to express and talk about and face in order to get over it. And we also have Saturn here as well. So this talks about boundaries. This talks about feeling restricted. So if there's certain areas of your life where you feel restricted, or where you need to set proper boundaries or have deep talks that are that are a bit harder, you know, having those difficult talks is going to be really important in the month of September. And I see you guys finally sort of realizing this and feeling it. And it's interesting that we have the Queen of Swords right after our Saturn card, because this is you guys finally realizing that, yeah, I do need to kind of talk about this. I do need to express this. Instead of letting it ruminate in my mind, I need to actually talk about it, okay? Because otherwise, we're letting something take control of us. You know, we do need to have caution. We can't be happy-go-lucky all the time. We do need to have caution once in a while, right? Because otherwise, we might end up in a scenario that we could have easily avoided by being communicative with the people that are in our lives, with ourselves, with situations, so that we can find out what's actually going on in this situation. We don't need to sit there letting it eat away at us. We could actually just figure it out and get it out of the way. Okay, so let's see what else we get for you guys. So yeah, it definitely seems like there's some sort of situation happening in September. And you guys are going to eventually get the courage to talk about it. And then we have the King of Cups. This is getting to a good emotional state, because we're finally talking about it. We're finally expressing ourselves. We're finally getting to the bottom of it. We're getting the answers that we've sought. And it brings us back to our emotional balance. So I do think you guys are going to find emotional balance again, but it does look like there's something coming up in September that the universe is like, we need to stop trying to just be happy-go-lucky all the time. We need to stop trying to, you know, ignore things and just brush it off. It's fine. I can still be happy. I can just ignore it. I can just get over it. None of that. No more of that. We also have Divine Feminine coming up. This is about self-care, caring for yourself a little bit more, expressing emotions, deeper feelings. okay? Divine Feminine is huge about feelings, and sometimes it's hard to tap into that. Sometimes it's hard to tap into our feminine side, where we have to feel deep emotion, because emotion can be hard to feel, whether it's good or bad, because sometimes it can be so intense. But we can't ignore it, we can't brush it off. We also have the Four of Wands here. So this is finding your stability again, finding security again. There's something that's taking away your security in the beginning of September, and it's something that we need to address, but it's something that, again, I want to reiterate, it's something that's in your mind. It might not actually be a real situation, but you might be thinking about things because maybe a scenario is happening and we're like, oh, is this what's going on? But we need to actually communicate about it to find out if what our mind is telling us is actually real or not. You know, we need to use caution. We need to put up those boundaries. We need to put our thoughts out there. We need to really, instead of just trying to figure it out analytically ourselves, why not just communicate about it, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore, okay? So we are finding security again by the end of September, mid to end September. We're finally figuring it out. We find our security again because we've talked about it. We've tapped into those feelings, and honestly, it looks like it's turning out to be okay. And then we also have the Nine of Pentacles. We're learning how to be a lot more stable and independent and mature when we feel things. This card is heavily about maturity and independence, and we're taking care of things ourselves rather than waiting for other people to realize our problems, rather than waiting for other people to maybe address the situation. Instead, we kind of like take control and take matters into our own hands, and we're like, I'm kind of feeling a certain way. Do you want to just explain that and help me help me decipher these thoughts and these feelings? So it looks like we have a bit of that energy happening in the month of September. So it looks like it's turning out completely fine. It's a good character building moment in September. Let's see what else we get for you guys. So group 2, love life in September, group 2. Let's see. What's happening for group 2, love life in September? Okay, so we have Scorpio coming out. So our deeper emotions and feelings, the ones that are below the surface that maybe we don't want to express as much, you know? So yeah, this is some deep stuff. This is also, sometimes we get intuitions and we're trying to figure out whether those intuitions are correct or not. You know, things that we can't really see below the surface. We also have full moon. So coming to a completion of something, finding out information. Full moon is also the illuminated moon. It's not completely pitch black. When we have a new moon, everything's pitch black, it's new, it's unknown, right? Full moons, things become very known. Things that were not known become known because we have the illumination of the full moon. It's come full circle. So this whole situation is coming full circle in the month of September. It could also come full circle during the full moon in September. Okay, then we also have the number 9 coming out, which could be a significant number for some of you guys. But also 9s just mean, again, the completion of a stage. We're coming full circle, full moon, full circle. Number 9 in the full moon. So something is completing, we're getting some information, we're closing a chapter. It's just like we're up-leveling our character building. We're finally figuring out how to address certain problems that we've had. This could be, for some of you guys, commitment issues with Saturn and 10 of Swords. There could be commitment issues coming up for some of you guys. Yeah. And we're needing to actually be honest and truthful about the way that we feel and the way that other people feel, instead of ignoring what's going on. And it looks like it's going to turn out great, okay, once we actually learn how to express ourselves, because we're going to figure out how to get on the same page, or how to find understanding, how to find middle ground. So let's see what else comes up with this last deck of oracle cards. So let's see. So group 2, movement. So finally things are going to start moving again, because if they're stagnant, if we have a lot of worries, it's hard to move forward, right? So things will start moving forward again in September. We also have self-doubt. So there's something that you might be doubting, or maybe you're doubting your intuition, maybe you're doubting your thoughts. So it's good. That's why we need to express them, right? That's why we need to talk about them with other people, especially with if they're involving another person. Of course we need to talk about it with that other person, right? So that way we can gain clarity. We don't need to have this self-doubt, because it's toxic to hold on to those internal feelings and emotions, right? Feeling like these two. We have fire coming out. So it's time to let the emotions out. If there's any rage or anger, it is time to express it. Okay? That could also be talking about fire sign people for some of you guys. Oh, look at this. You guys, this fits in so well. Look at this. It says release, and she's like fully just like releasing all of the gunk and everything that she was keeping internally, because it's toxic to hold on to bad emotion. We need to let it out. We need to express it so that it's not sitting inside of us. Otherwise, we're just poisoning ourselves, okay? So there's something coming up that is going to require expressing, letting it out, letting it go. And it's finally going to feel so good once you do. I mean, like once you guys do, we had divine feminine. You guys are going to feel so good and so in touch with your emotions once again. It's going to be so good. We had the 4 of Wands, which is finally finding security once again. You know, feeling like you have a foundation. 9 of Pentacles. We feel like we've just like totally found our security again, totally found our footing and our place in our world, so we don't feel hectic and all over the place. We finally get good night's sleep too. 4 of Wands can talk about finally getting good sleep. Okay, so yeah, that's what we have for you guys for the month of September. It's like we're figuring stuff out. This is going to be a very healing month for you guys, so I'm excited for that for you guys, especially the beautiful outcome that this is going to lead to. So I hope you guys have an amazing September. I'm sending you guys all of my love. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below. If you guys almost did a thumbs down symbol. We don't want that. I mean, be in your authentic truth, of course. But yes, if you guys would like to subscribe to see more videos like this, then definitely hit that subscribe button. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. All right, so group 3, if you guys chose the 3rd card, here is your oracle card. We have the card of energy. And this card on it says intensity, passion, and power. So September is going to be a very sparky month in your love life, because look at that lightning bolt. That is a lot of energy. It could be that you guys are getting an intense passion. There could be a lot of emotion, a lot of feeling getting triggered. This could be good feeling. It could be bad feeling. We will find out as we shuffle the tarot cards. When I look at this card though, I get mostly good feeling from it. It's like there's a lot of passion and a lot of intense emotion. There could be something big happening. When we have that energy card with the lightning bolt, that means something pretty major is happening in the month of September. And of course, we're talking about your love life in this video. So there's something pretty intense, and it's going to have a deep emotional intensity to it in regards to your love life in the month of September. So there could be something really big happening. Like, for example, this could be talking about, you know, big stuff happening. This could be like proposals. This could be like meeting somebody that you feel so excited about. This could be like some big step happening. You know, this could be somebody expressing such deep emotion to you and it's very intense, or maybe you start feeling very intense emotion for somebody. Maybe it's your feelings that are just like getting absolutely like lit up. You know what I mean? So lots of different things that can fall under this, but yeah, very passionate and a lot of intense. And it's also very quick too. When we have the lightning bolt, usually this is very quick, very sudden, out of nowhere. And it's like and the feeling that I get from this when I'm looking at it, it feels very exciting, to be honest. So I think most of you guys that chose this one, it's a very exciting emotion, but it's very intense. But it's like, oh my God. It's like the feeling of when like somebody says, I love you for the first time, and you're just like, and you're like speechless for a second. Like it's an intense, what I'm getting for the month of September for you guys, a very intense Very intense energy. Okay, so let's shuffle these cards. Let's see what else comes up. So we have Mercury. So somebody's definitely going to be saying something to you. Okay, this is like text messages. This is communication. Obviously, hopefully, somebody does not say I love you for the first time to you over text message. I'm not saying that. Hopefully that is not the case. You know what I mean? But like, you know, this could be like heated conversations in text. You know, maybe something like that is happening, but Mercury doesn't always have to be text messages. It can also just be actual real physical conversation, but it is also a planet that rules our phones, social media. You know, maybe you guys are meeting somebody for the first time and, you know, maybe you were talking for a long time online, stuff like that. Of course, use caution if that is the case because you never know. But yes, Mercury, lots of communication. There's going to be some sort of conversation that can end up being really important. And you guys, the next card that we have is the Knight of Swords, which is like the fastest card in tarot. The Knight of Swords. So something's going to happen really all of a sudden. It's going to be something that somebody says. Something that somebody says, because all Mercury and the swords both deal with communication of some kind. So this is going to be something that somebody says. So someone is going to present, sorry, I just got to adjust my leg. I'm like sitting on the floor right now and I have concrete floors and my leg is going numb a little bit, let's be honest. So yes, somebody's going to say something very big and very important. And look at like how big this is. It's like an overarching, it's like, whoa. I think someone's going to like present either a lot of feelings or an idea, a big idea to you. But it's coming in very quickly and it's going to happen very unexpectedly, very spontaneously, and it's going to feel very exciting. It's going to have intensity and passion with it, and it's out of nowhere. This could also be somebody, if you guys are single, this could be somebody expressing that they really like you out of the blue, out of nowhere. You know, all of a sudden you get a text from somebody or somebody slides into your DMs and they're just like, hey, sugar cakes, you know, like, it's something exciting. It's something that somebody's communicating to you. Or it could be like your loved one. If you guys are seeing anybody, this could be your loved one expressing something very exciting to you. Okay? We also have the King of Pentacles. So this is something pretty solid that's coming out of this. The outcome of this is something pretty solid. It's somebody that probably wants to give to you in a deeper way. Okay, King of Pentacles. Somebody who probably wants to take care of you, or like somebody who wants to make a solid foundation with you moving forward. Somebody who wants commitment is also King of Pentacles. It's also, yeah, it's all the solid foundation, something very material. Okay, let's see what else we get. So September love life. Ooh, we got a lot of cards here. Nine of Wands. So this could be expressing, pouring their heart out, whereas maybe before they were scared to, because the Nine of Wands is somebody who has been through rejection before, somebody who's maybe been cautious because they've been rejected, or maybe they were scared of getting rejected, so they probably held back a little bit. So if you guys are seeing somebody, maybe the person that you're with has been holding back a bit because they've just experienced so much rejection before. Maybe they have a few walls up, but in September it's like, phew, those walls are like breaking down, and all of a sudden we're getting the courage to like move forward and be like, hey yo, so this is how I really feel. And the next card is literally the King of Cups. So lots of emotion getting expressed. Literally, look at this, emotion just getting, it's just like, it's going out of there. It almost looks like lightning like we had in the first card. It's like someone's totally expressing their emotions for you, deeper emotions that they've been kind of holding back for a little bit. We also have the Ten of Swords coming up. So this might be pretty intense, that's for sure. This could also be something that somebody's been holding on for a while. You know, maybe you two are going to open up on a much deeper level. And Ten of Swords can be like, yeah, something that's, it could even be that maybe you guys have been feeling insecure in certain areas, but the things that you're going to hear from this person all of a sudden really help clear all that up. And then we feel so much more closer, right? It can also mean that this other person that you're with has maybe been feeling these things for so long, and they're finally just like, I just gotta say it, I just gotta get it out. Because, you know, sometimes when we hold on to even good emotion, for example, even when we have so much built up good emotion and we finally express it, also say hi to my beautiful Mandy. But yeah, when we finally express even good emotion, sometimes it can feel like such a good release, and it can feel so positive. Okay, and then we also have the Queen of Wands right here. So this might equate to something very spontaneous. So we might be doing something very spontaneous after this. It might finally spark up some more passion, some more excitement, and yeah. And like, it's funny, Mandy just walked out of the door. So, who's my friend, by the way, if you guys don't know who she is. I'm pretty sure most of you guys will not know who she is, but yeah. So that's like opening up the door. We're opening up the door to a new realm, to a new beginning. So, woo! Let's see what else we get for you guys. So, group 3, love life. We have the 9th house coming up. So we're moving forward. We are making a trajectory into the future of what we really want and what we really want to do, where we really want to go. This is also, it can also indicate travel sometimes, but coming up in your love life, this is maybe expressing where the trajectory of where you want to go in your love life. So this could be somebody even, maybe you're going to have a deep conversation with somebody talking about what you actually want and where you see your future going in terms of your love life and the type of love life that you desire to have. What's your philosophy on love, right? And then we also have the 12th house coming up. So this is letting out deep thoughts, your dreams, like what you dream about. What is your dream romance? What does your dream love life look like? You know, this could be somebody expressing that to you. It could also be you guys finally figuring that out and expressing that to another person. Also, my hair keeps getting caught in my glasses. But yeah, this could definitely be that. Let's see what else we get. It's very dreamlike. 12th house is very dreamlike. Okay, we also have the lunar eclipse. Massive change. Lunar eclipse means huge, huge, huge change. Then we also have stellium, getting on the same page as somebody, feeling like we are completely conjunct, completely in alignment. It's like the alignment is happening. We feel like we're on the same page. For some of you guys, this is some deep, like super connective energy. Why is this not focusing on this card? There we go. Okay, yeah, but it's like a whole conjunction. It's a whole line. We're feeling like we're side by side. We're fully connected. We're fully understanding each other. Okay, so this is looking good. Also, yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's see, some more cards here for group 3. There we go. We have fire coming up. So fire sign things could be prominent for some of you guys, but fire is also the spontaneity, the passion coming out. We also have 8, so the numerology of 8 is taking chances, taking risks, unexpected things, taking a little gamble, taking a shot at something, which is also interesting. We have the 9th house, which is also like shooting a bow and arrow, like taking your shot at something, kind of like Cupid a little bit. So we're taking a risk and a chance. Also 8 is also ruled by Saturn, so 8s can also resemble commitment and things like that. Oh, and it's very interesting that I say that because we have Saturn right next. So bigger commitments, you guys. Deeper feelings. Yeah, that's looking great. That's looking beautiful. My goodness, pile number 3. Look at you guys. So let's see. Also, 8 also reminds me of the 8th house, which is like unknown stuff coming to the surface, stuff that we didn't know about, secret admirers, secret feelings from people that we might even know personally, you know, expressing deeper emotions. So let's see what else we get for you guys. Okay. Oh, these ones just like fell. I have to slide them away from there. Anyway, we have freedom. So feeling free to express fully. Yeah, we're feeling free. This can sometimes also indicate travel. Travel's been coming up so much lately. I don't know, guys. I don't know. We also have spirit. So feeling very connected, spiritually connected. So this is like a soul connection. Feeling like there's a direction that you're going to as well. Feeling like there's like a hope that you can follow, an idea that you can follow. It's almost like signs, like spirit might be giving you a lot of signs and synchronicities in September. That's just like, it is confirming to you that it's like, yes, go in this direction. Yes, do this. You know, maybe you're getting a lot of dreams. Maybe you're seeing a lot of number signs. You know, spirit has many different ways of communicating signs and that you're on the right path, like through numbers, dreams, synchronicities, coincidences, right? Which are never coincidences anyway. So yeah, that is looking great. Let's see if we can get any last, maybe just one last card here. Let's see. Ooh, we get 2. Okay, cool. We also have forgive. What are we needing to forgive, my love? The next card we had after that was childhood. So maybe there's something from your childhood. Maybe it's like a previous relationship that we need to fully let go of, or maybe there was an experience that we had in our past that we need to let go of that's still maybe bothering us, that we need to let go of and forgive in order to move forward in this. So yeah, that is what we have right there, pile number 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, group number 4. Let's see what we had for you guys. We have the change card. So this one says, new season of life. So there's obviously some changes happening in your love life in the month of September. So let's shuffle these cards to see what kind of shift that is happening. So change can mean a lot of different things. Change could mean that we are, you know, changing our mind about something. Change can mean, in terms of love life, it can mean that we are taking the next step with somebody, or maybe we're going through a breakup. Change can happen in so many different ways, right? There's so many different ways that we can go through changes. So let's see a little bit more about this change. So spirit, let's see, what is this change happening for group 4? Let's see, we have the King of Swords. There is something that you are making a decision on. There's something that you've been thinking about. This is like a spiral of thought that's been happening for a while for you guys. There's been something on your mind that's been happening for a bit, and it's like you're finally coming to a point where you're like, I'm not going to be contemplating this anymore. I'm taking action on it. I'm going to be actually doing it and executing whatever's been on my mind for the past little while. So it looks like, yeah, there's definitely some change coming up. We're not sure what direction that's going. Ooh, we have Lovers coming up. So it's we have Chariot, which talks about a choice too. This could be moving forward with something in regards to love, because we have the Chariot, or, you know, maybe we're getting on board with something. We're making a decision to hop on that train, because Chariot is like, you know, we're hopping on the train when it comes to your love life, the fact that we have the Lovers there. Maybe there's been like options for you that you've had, or maybe there's been something on your mind about like, do I move forward in this? Do I really just take a leap of faith? Like, this could be like taking a total leap of faith on something. Maybe we've had this in our minds and we're like, do I do this? Do I actually just like hop into it? Do I take the next step in this? What do I do? This is kind of like, we're getting on the train. We're getting on board with it. You know, maybe some of you guys, because King of Swords, for some of you guys who have been single, this could be you guys being like, I'm going on a dating website, because King of Swords next to the Lovers, this is total dating site vibes. So if you guys are single, would not be surprised if you're finally like, I'm just gonna get myself out there. I'm ready for a change. I'm ready for something. So some of you guys might be joining a dating website. Some of you guys might be talking to somebody new. If you guys are already in a relationship, this is kind of like talking about the future, talking about the changes that you two want to make together. And this all looks really positive too, by the way. This looks like very positive change. That was way too many cards, like half the deck almost flew out there. My goodness, there's a lot of energy in this pile. There's been a lot of things on your mind, hasn't there? All right, we have King of Wands, something spontaneous coming up, baby. Spontaneous decisions. Okay. It's also, these cards have very provocative images on them. Oh my God. If I get flagged for this video, we know why. We also have the Knight of Cups, sorry. So King of Wands and Knight of Cups. We're ready for more romance. We're ready to open up more. We're ready to take spontaneous leaps of faith into a particular direction. We're no longer like, I'm in between, we'll see what happens. Like, I'm just gonna go with the flow of it. Chariot is like, we're going in a particular direction, okay? It's interesting that we have Chariot and Lovers because both of these are very dualistic cards where there's two different directions. But the fact that we have the King of Swords and also the King of Wands, it's kind of like you guys are finally picking a direction and going in it, because also Chariot upright, they know what they want and they're gonna go for it. Their heart is calling them in a direction and they're like, screw what society says, I'm gonna do what I want, you know? So yeah, and then King of Wands, spontaneous stuff. There's definitely maybe like an exciting choice here, and it could be an exciting choice to get back on a dating website for those of you that are single. This could be a spontaneous choice to, you know, do something fun with your loved one. This could be going on a trip with your loved one because we have Chariot and King of Wands. So maybe you're just going to decide to go on a spontaneous trip, and because you need to change things up a little bit, you need to spice things up. We also have Four of Pentacles. So this is wanting more security, wanting a more solid foundation, desiring more. So for those of you that are single, maybe you're desiring to have a more solid life. You're ready for something solid. You're ready for commitment because the Four of Pentacles is also, you know, holding tight onto something. We want to feel safe, secure, committed in something. If you guys are in a relationship, maybe you guys are looking, this can also be investments too, by the way. So some of you guys, if you're in a very committed relationship, some of you guys might be looking at buying a house together. Some of you guys might be looking at investing in something together. Maybe investing into a relationship, investing into your future together. So there's some sort of investing. We also have Two of Pentacles. So it looks like there was like options. Maybe you guys are going to be debating something together, because maybe if you guys are in a relationship, maybe there's a couple options that you guys have in front of you guys of how you can move forward. Maybe you both want to make some sort of change. Maybe you two both want to do something together, and maybe you two are tired of your same old lives, and you're like, we have a couple options of what we can do. Let's talk about what we want to do. But it looks like you're actually making decisions in September. You guys are making full decisions. If you guys are single, the Two of Pentacles might be, maybe we have options of who we want to go on a date with. Maybe that dating website that we joined is like on fire, and now we have a couple options. So the Two of Pentacles can show up in multiple different ways in those aspects, depending if you're, you know, in a relationship or if you're single. So yeah, and it looks like you guys are investing a lot more time into your love life in September. It's like we really want to make time for it. We really want to invest more of ourselves into it. Let's see what else we have. We have the Six of Swords. Yeah, you guys are leaving something behind. You're totally wanting change. Six of Swords is also change. We're leaving behind something old. We're going somewhere new. So we're ready for a transition in September. We're totally ready for it. And we also have the Queen of Wands. We have King and Queen of Wands now. Two people that want to be super spontaneous. So this is you guys. If you're single, this could just be talking about your own energy, really wanting to be a little bit more spontaneous, more out there. If you guys are in a relationship, it's like, yeah, you guys are kind of like figuring out what you two both want and how you can meet in the middle and move forward and make some changes, because I feel like both of you probably want change and are probably ready for that, but figuring out what that change looks like. You know, if it's like about investing into property, where do you guys want to be? Where do you guys want to live? If it's about investing more time, it's like, what are we going to do with that time? Are we going to go on a trip, or are we going to go, what are we going to do? So yeah, let's go into our next deck of cards. Let's get some more info on this. So group 4, more about this change. We have Taurus. Investments for sure, you guys. Where are you investing your physical time into? What are we doing with money? Money might be a big part of your love life in September. Maybe you guys are really talking about like, what can we afford? Taurus is also your time as well. What do we want to spend our time doing? This is also about comfortability. Where do we want to be? Where do we want to feel comfortable? Where do we want to go? We also have opposition. Maybe that's why we have different options. Maybe that's why we need to make decisions in September, because, you know, especially if you guys are in a relationship, maybe there's opposing opinions on what you guys like or what you guys want. And so it's kind of figuring out, finding compromises for that. And then if you guys are single, maybe we're trying to find people that we're actually really compatible with, but maybe we need to, yeah. And also there's a saying, you know, the saying like opposites attract. So sometimes opposition, sometimes we're attracted to the people that could just, what I'm trying to say is that card can also just generally talk about attraction in general. Yeah, so let's see what else we get here. Let's see what else. We have Saturn return. So Saturn return happens at 28 and a half years old, but we could just be talking about the energy of this card. So the energy of Saturn return is wanting more stability. It is a maturing stage of your life. So maybe in your love life, you're wanting something more mature, you're wanting something more solidified, you're ready for something, you're ready for settling down. So some of you guys, if you're single, maybe you're like, I'm really ready to find somebody and settle down. Saturn return. Why do so many people get married when they're like 28, 29, 30 years old? Saturn return. That's when you go through a Saturn return. And Saturn return is all about full commitments, full maturity, finally ready to make larger commitments and settle down and create your full foundation, because that's when we really solidify who we are, and then we're ready for something serious. So Saturn return, your love life is definitely getting more serious in the month of September, or at least you're ready for something more serious. Okay, so let's see what else we get for you guys. So group 4, some more info for group 4, September love life. Let's see, this card's really wanting to come out. We have healing coming up. So you guys are fully ready to let go of your past. You're fully ready to step into something. You're fully ready to integrate your new self and mend your heart. We're ready to step back out there. So if you guys are single, it's like you guys are finally ready to meet somebody again because you feel fully healed. For those of you that are already in a relationship, it's kind of like the mending. I almost see this as like the mending of two hearts, kind of figuring out compromises, how to compromise on things. How to figure out how you can fit two pieces of a puzzle, especially if they're opposing pieces. Okay, so let's see what else we get. We also have romance, you guys. So beautiful. It's like we're ready for romance. Romance is absolutely coming in September. We're feeling romance is on a high in September. Aw, and then we also have love. So cute. Romance and love. Those are pretty self-explanatory. We also have grieve. So this can be releasing stuff, or maybe if you guys have to make compromises, maybe we have to cry about it a little bit because there's some compromises we need to make. Or maybe we're finally like fully letting go of our past and we're ready for, you know, the bigger commitments that maybe you guys are finally opening up and getting ready for. We also have truth. So feeling your authenticity, speaking about your authenticity, letting all of that out. Maybe there's also going to be, some of you guys, there might be a big conversation here. Okay, where we need to be fully honest. We're like pouring our hearts out. We're pouring out all of our emotion in the month of September. So maybe there's a moment where it feels like you guys just want to express everything. And maybe grieve isn't necessarily a bad type of grieving. Maybe grief isn't necessarily getting upset about something, but it could just be the depiction here where it shows like crying. Maybe some of you guys might have this like truthful moment where you're just really feeling your heart, you're feeling your emotions that you're feeling, and it's just like crying about something. It could even be a happy cry, you know what I mean? So yeah, that is what we got over here, pile number 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. All right, so group 5, this is the card we have for you guys. We have fire, transformation, rebirth, and renewal. What is going on over here? The word renewal is really sticking out to me in this group. So let's shuffle these cards and let's see what we have coming up for you guys. We were on point. You guys, I just want to say, we were on point with the renewal word. I knew that that word was sticking out to me for some reason, because look at the card that we have coming out next. The 6 of Cups, you guys. Someone from your past is coming back out, or we're renewing a connection. And I just want to say for some of you guys, like, if you guys have had a toxic ex and you're like, oh my God, I would never go back to that ex, what's coming up right now might just be like, you know, maybe an ex is coming back to apologize for the past. Doesn't mean that you guys are going to get back together, you know, but it does look like somebody from your past is coming back to apologize. This could even be a friend for some of you guys, because love life readings can sometimes get jumbled up with friendships too, but that's a little bit more rare. Usually when we're talking about love life, it's like love life, right? But yeah, transformation, rebirth, renewal. We might be transforming something. Maybe if you guys have been going through a more difficult time with an ex or with a current relationship, maybe that current relationship, we're transforming it and we're renewing it and bringing it back to what it used to be. Because this can also mean that we're just bringing something back to what it used to be. So if you guys are in a committed relationship right now and you're like, I don't want to like leave my person for an ex or whatever, this can also just talk about that we are bringing back the spark that we used to have and bringing ourselves back to the love and that, you know, honeymoon stage romance. We're bringing the fire back into the equation, you know what I mean? But for those of you that are single right now and maybe you have an ex or maybe you've been recently talking to that ex, it does look like there's more communication and maybe somebody's gonna like really want you back. We also have temperance, so figuring out how we can work together, how we can mix this, how we can make this happen. So some of you guys, maybe your ex is going to come back and desire to try again. Honestly, I'm getting that feeling. I think most of you who chose this pile, it's an ex that wants to try again. For some of you guys, if you guys are like in a relationship right now, maybe you guys are having a hard time in your current situation with mixing your lives together and figuring out how to implement them and how to, you know, maybe it's a schedule problem that you guys have been having. So it's kind of like going back to the basics, going back to how things used to be and being like, you know what, we need to put more effort into this. We need to put more effort into seeing each other. And that way we can really make it work, because it seems like there was things that weren't really working in your relationship, like schedules that weren't mixing up or working out, stuff like that. Let's see what else we get. 5 of Swords. There's some issues that need to be addressed and talked about and sorted out. Like maybe we feel like our partner wasn't giving us enough time. Maybe we feel like we were being ignored. Maybe we feel like our partner wasn't doing their share of work around the house, you know, like things like that. We feel like it was unbalanced. There wasn't enough effort being put in. So this whole scenario, whether this is an ex or with your current partner, there's a scenario about let's bring it back to the beauty. Let's bring it back. Let's have forgiveness and understanding. Let's have deep talks. And let's try to fix this. Let's try to mend this. Like, apologies and forgiveness are quite big in the month of September that's coming up right now. Let's see what else we have with Six of Wands. So recognition, it's like what we need right now in the month of September is recognition. And I think that that is something that we're leading up towards, is getting more recognition, getting noticed, getting our thank yous, getting appreciated, because maybe we felt like we weren't getting appreciated enough. So the month of September is kind of like addressing these issues and overcoming them. And Six of Wands says that you guys are overcoming some of them. You are getting the appreciation and the recognition. Recognition is a huge word coming to my head right now. Getting the recognition for what we deserve, you know? So that's hugely coming up right now. Let's see what else we get. Group 5. Let's see, we also have Seven of Cups. So figuring out what we want in our future. There's a lot of options ahead of you guys in the month of September. There's a lot of different routes that this could take. What are we wanting? There's a lot of choices now. We also have the Five of Pentacles, so we don't want to feel left out anymore. We don't want to feel unappreciated. We don't want to feel like we're doing it all by ourselves, because the Five of Pentacles, we feel like we're all on our own. We feel like we might as well be single. We feel like we're completely left out. We feel like we're forgotten about sometimes. So it's addressing these issues, and it looks like the recognition is coming in. We also have lust coming in. So passion, desire, finally getting re-sparked. And this is also maybe figuring out, so if it is an ex, was the ex only in it for, you know, blank reasons? Or were they in it because they really like you and appreciate you as a person? So these are important topics that are coming up. We also have Hierophant coming up. This talks about belief systems, values. What do you two value, and is it on the same page? Do you two value the same things? Do you two desire the same things? Do you two believe in the same things? So those are going to be huge conversations that are going to be had in the month of September. We also have the Knight of Wands. This is spontaneous decisions, spontaneous passion coming up. So, you guys. I feel like pulling more cards for this pile. We got a lot of cards already, and I feel like pulling more, so we're just going to go with the flow. We're just going to go with the vibe. Four of Wands. What foundation do you want to create? The month of September. What do you want your future to look like? This is kind of setting the stage for your future. The month of September is going to be a huge month of deciding how the stage is going to look for the future. What foundation are we laying out, and what direction are we going in? Those are going to be the biggest questions being asked and figured out in the month of September. So again, whether you're in a relationship or not, it looks like there's some sort of issues from the past that need to be addressed. Again, it could be with an ex, or it could be with a current partner. For most of you guys, I feel like this is with a previous partner, but if you guys are in a relationship, I feel like this is happening with your relationship, and it's addressing stuff from the past and needing to, like I said, bring it back to the beauty, because maybe sometimes we get comfortable in a relationship and we stop appreciating it, we stop giving it the attention that it needs, and relationships need time and attention to maintain, otherwise they fall apart. That's just like everything, right? If you don't get oil changes in your car and you don't fill it up with gas, it's gonna break down. So, you know, we need to give love and attention to certain things, otherwise they fall apart. So yeah, this is addressing those issues in the month of September in order to bring it back to a good, loving state, or at least to get closure at the very least, because you know, some of you guys, if this is an ex coming back, I don't think every single one of you are going to take your ex back, that is for sure. But there might just be important apologies and recognition that needs to be said in order to gain closure for some of you guys. Another portion of you guys might be getting back together with your ex, you know, and this is a general reading, so find out how it suits your situation best. If you guys are absolutely like, I never want to take my ex back, ever, 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 never, I'm not saying that you're going to, I'm just saying that there is going to be important conversations. This is more of a closure thing. For those of you that, have been thinking about your ex a lot, have been, maybe that is an option for you guys. This does look like that is going to be a conversation that's going to be had. And again, if you guys are in a relationship right now, this is more talking about your relationship is talking about those things. I know I keep reiterating that, but I just want to make it very clear. I don't want any misunderstandings in this reading. So yes, I'm sorry about the repetitive nature, but yeah. Four of Wands, you guys are absolutely thinking about what you want your future to look like in September and having deeper talks and deeper thinking even with yourself about what do I actually want and desire? And if I could have anything, what does that look like? What would I want to create for myself? Because you're going to have the option and window and doorway to make those decisions, because it looks like those talks are manifesting and coming up in September. So in September is the decision moment for you guys of what is your dream life? Do you want that? Do you want to create that? Do you want to go in that direction? Or are you going to fall back into old patterns? Okay, so lots of energy in the month of September for you guys. So pile 5, very intense month. Very intense month. Let's see these cards that are coming up. We have Neptune and we have Aries coming up. So Neptune, your dream life. What do you dream about? What do you desire? What are your deepest fantasies? Okay, what are your fantasies? Does your current relationship uphold to those fantasies? Does your ex uphold to those fantasies? And it's time to be very real too, because Neptune can sometimes be an illusion too. So this is time to be very real with yourself. Is this person actually going to provide that? Are they actually the person that I desire to have in my life? Or am I imagining that they are that way? Do I see them that way? Or are they actually that way? Because sometimes we can convince ourselves that somebody is a certain way when they're actually not. We see what we want to see in them, but it might not be what they actually are. So Neptune's about breaking through those illusions. Aries is about taking spontaneous action, spontaneous new beginnings as well. So what kind of new beginning do you want? What does that new beginning look like? This is about creating a new beginning, because it looks like things have been getting a little dusty. We haven't given effort towards certain things lately. Okay, so let's see what else we get for you guys. So, we got the fire card coming out. We had Aries, and now we also have fire. So there's a lot of passion in this relationship or in this situation. There's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of energy here, and that might be getting brought out to the surface in September. But we have to decide, is this passion or is this love? Is it just lust? Is it just lust? Or is it forever lasting and we're actually on the same page with the same values and same desires and same beliefs? Which one is it? Okay, these are going to be the big kind of things that are coming up to the surface in September. So let's see what else we get for you guys. So group 5. Let's see, group 5. We have anxiety coming up. Okay, so what's making us anxious? What do we feel chained to? Do we feel like we're relying on somebody? Do we feel like we're relying on our ex because we don't know if we'll be okay without them? Are we feeling like we're obligated or chained to somebody because we share financial burdens together? For some reason, that one's coming up when I'm looking at that card. So what is this anxiety, right? Where is this coming from? It's like time to address certain emotions that we're having that might not be the best emotions. We have spirit coming through. So there's going to be a lot of guidance, a lot of signs coming through. This is time to really listen to the universe, listen to your gut feelings, because it looks like there's clear signs coming through about this, The universe is pointing you in a direction, and it's time to listen to that and time to really see things for what they are without the illusion. We also have self-doubt, the self-doubt card coming in. So are we looking at this pretty cup and not realizing the real reflection of what it is? Are we looking at the pretty cup and not seeing the real reflection? Or are we having doubts about something that is really positive but has a lot of potential? Or but we're having doubts about it. Or do we have doubts about our worthiness of, can we actually find something that's better than this? Or is this as good as it gets? And trust me, if you're asking that question, it does get better. If you're asking that question. If you do not know for sure if that's as good as it gets, it does get better. Okay. We also have the card of choice. So yeah, you guys are definitely going to be presented with a choice of whether you want this person or not. We also have rest. So if you guys want to gain clarity on this situation, this is about getting the rest that you need. Maybe the universe and spirit is going to be speaking to you during night through your dreams. This can also be that the universe speaks to you when your mind is quiet. So through meditation, you'll gain clarity and direction. Whenever things are quiet, not when things are haywire, right? Messages do not come through. Things are not clear when we're going through this. Things become clear when we allow ourselves and give ourselves time to rest and be quiet. And then we gain the insight that we need. So, my love, it does look like all of this is getting figured out. You're figuring out what you want by the end of September, but just the month of September, we're kind of going through this sort of moment to help us gain clarity on what we actually really want in our future, to help us better align towards our dream future, okay? So this is an opportunity rather than a hindering challenge. It's an opportunity for you guys to really reevaluate your scenario and see what you really want. It is an opportunity for you guys, okay? So with that being said, I'm sending you guys all of my love, pile number 5. I hope you guys have an amazing September, and I hope you guys find the outcome that you're looking for to get into a great direction for your life. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below if you guys want to see more videos like this in the future. And if so, I'll see you guys in my next one.